Hey everyone, and welcome to another segment of Sell Me a Movie. Now I know it's been about 2 weeks or so, but hey, listen, when life happens, you want to make sure that your family's taken care of first, or you maybe move into a new city. Regardless of your side projects or what you're doing, obviously has to be halted. So here we are, and we're here to discuss a movie that's been about 2 weeks or so out in theaters right now. But hey, better late than never, right? And that movie is Evil Dead Rise.
Hello there, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and children.
So Evil Dead Rise, is it a sequel? Is it a remake? What is it really? Well, it's a movie that came out, like I said, about 2 weeks ago, and it was written and directed by Lee Cronin. It was produced by Sam Raimi as well as Bruce Campbell, and Bruce Campbell's voice is actually in there as a cameo, believe it or not. It's neither a sequel, nor is it a prequel or a reboot. It fits in chronologically if they wish to choose to, but if it's a movie just standing on its own, it works perfectly as that. But I will say, if you're looking for a good story, a good setup, it's kind of hit or miss with this film. Does play homage to the Evil Dead franchise, absolutely. If you're looking for an Evil Dead film, it fits that narrative. Now, when it comes to throwbacks or callbacks, it has that too. Whether or not if it's the certain camera angles, or the gore, or, of course, what we know from Evil Dead when it comes to books or scriptures or anything of that nature, it fits perfectly. In my opinion, I think I would place this as number 3. Evil Dead being 1. Me, I actually do like the remake that took place, I believe, in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be 2nd, and this one would be 3rd. Now, a lot of you may think that's crazy and that's out of the blue. Well, you know what? That's okay, because it's your opinion and it's my opinion. I do like the 2nd one, don't get me wrong, and Army in Darkness is one of those hit or misses. You either like it or you don't. I like campy horror, so it does well. So regardless, I love all Evil Dead movies. But with this one specifically, it does hinder to the modern audience. Now, when it comes to issues with the film, I may have had 1 or 2, and really that is the actual setup of what this movie is going to be about. Now, in the very beginning, we do see 3 friends at a cabin. And in the midst of it, we're already in the middle of shenanigans going on. And really, it kind of displaces you from the characters that we know that are going to be the main characters of the film. Now, I do understand that a lot of films are doing backstories, which, okay, start in the future, let's go back a day, back a week, and honestly, it's a trope that I wish would kind of go away. And this film kind of does that. Like, it sets up now, but then the characters that we learn to know are then in the past to get us to the cabin of friends in the future. Which, I think they should have just done away with the cabin altogether. Because by the time you get introduced to the main characters, like Ellie, Teresa, Beth, all of them, you don't really have a lot of time with them until things get ramped up to crazy mode. Honestly, you're at the cabin for a good 10 to 15 minutes, and then you see the main characters for maybe a good 10 to 15 minutes as well, and then all of a sudden, it goes back crazy. And honestly, I feel like they're missing in that sense because you don't have enough time to love a character. You don't have enough time to know a character or feel bad for a character. Really, they just feel like throwaways. The only ones that you really learn to know about is, of course, the sister of Ellie, and then, of course, the little girl. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, not really, because, again, it's an Evil Dead movie. Practically everybody dies. But at the same time, though, it's, again, just throwaway characters that you kind of wish that you had more time with. The main thing that happens at the end, too, I'm not going to give it away, but it definitely reminded me of a Resident Evil game and a Resident Evil villain. So that kind of took me away from it because, of course, Evil Dead is all about demonic possession, stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it is all about that. But when you go into CGI elements to it, when you go into creatures, to me, it just doesn't play well. But overall, though, I enjoyed the flick. Honestly, I really did. And I want to know your guys' points of view. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Is there something that you kind of feel like they strayed away from? But again, leave your comments below. Follow us on all social platforms, as well as make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And we'll see you next time for the next review.